Hey guys, Buster72 back again. This time I want to do a knife restoration for you. And I'm going to do a restoration on this. This is an old timer 340T, and I've had this knife most of my life. I've had it since I was a kid. My grandfather gave me this knife. But this knife it's in pretty bad shape. It's got some really heavy pitting on it and stuff, as you can see. Now I know I'm not going to be able to get rid of all that, but I'm going to do my best to clean this thing up so that this is something that I can pass on to my children someday, and maybe it'll just stay a family heirloom. Alright, so first off, I'm going to try to clean some of the gunk out of this thing. We got is decades worth of pocket lint and you name it. Now, I'm sure there's a little bit of fish guts in there, all kinds of stuff down inside of the working mechanism here. So what we're going to do, we're just going to take your good old WD-40 and we're going to give it a really good wash out. We're not going to use this, we're not using this WD-40 necessarily as lubricant, we're using it as to flush. We're going to use it to flush everything out of there. Okay, we've got this thing pretty much sopping wet with that. We're just going to work it and try to get all the gunk out of there, because it has a lot of just crap built up over the years down inside of it. We're just going to let that sit for a little while. I'm going to explain what the next part I'm going to do is. So the longest blade there, sometime when I was a kid, I broke the tip off of it, and I'm just going to just kind of take the profile back to what its original shape was. I've got here is my Lansky sharpener, and what I'm going to use the extra coarse, and just so I don't mess up the flat surface here, I'm going to go on the side, and I'm just going to take it, just try to get that profile just a little bit back to where it was originally. It wasn't broken too bad, so I don't think this is going to take too much work. In fact, it's already looking pretty decent. It was just a little sliver of a chip off the front end of this knife. It was enough to tell that it had a problem. So let's take a look at that. Let's see. That doesn't look too bad, does it? So I don't know if you can tell, I mean, we just took just a touch off of there, but now it's got that curve back to it. It's got a point again. So let's move on to the next part. All right, so now what we're going to do, I've got this on my Dremel tool. This is essentially, it's a little green scrubby pad, but it's, you know, on a Dremel tool. We're just going to take it really lightly, really slow, and we're just going to try to clean up all the surface patina. Now I know a lot of people are going to say you don't take patina off of things once it's on there, as long as it's not damaging it. But you know what? This is going to be passed on. I don't really care about patina. The value of this knife, I can buy one of these right now probably for about $30 or $40, probably in better shape. So I'm not really worried about value here. I'm worried about passing this on and it being a good rust-free knife for my kids. Right, I don't know if you guys can see this. It's in a lot better shape. It's a lot more polished up there. And really, that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to polish these blades up. I'm just going to clean them up. This one's got a lot of pitting in it. The other blades are a lot better shape. This one obviously was a little bit more well used. Now I have to say, as a kid, I didn't really take care of this knife at all. I didn't take care of any of my knives really at all. So I don't know how acidic fish guts are, but I would bet this got put away with plenty of that on it before. So I think that's about as good as that blade is going to get. We're going to take it to the other ones, and they should come out a little bit better, because you could see like this one is in a lot better shape, a lot less pitting in it, so it should come out a lot better. So here we have, this is it's already looking a ton better. Get all the gunk out of there. We're cleaning off all the little bit of rust and stuff. It's here and there. There's a little bit of pitting that's still there. I don't think I'm going to ever be able to get rid of all that. I'd lose too much material. You can now read that it's Schrade, New York, USA, 340T, which I believe puts it from 1973 to 2004. I'd have to double check that, but I believe that's what it said. And knowing when I got this knife, which was probably late 70s, early 80s, so that fits right in that time frame. All right, so we washed it all off. It looks okay, but it looks a lot better than it did before. So we're going to blast it with a little WD-40 here to get all the water out, any moisture, so it doesn't rust up on us. And then we're going to sharpen this thing using my Lansky sharpener here, and then we're going to call this good. A lot of people won't use WD-40 on a knife because they think it's too cheap for that kind of stuff. But you know what? WD-40 works great for displacing water. I mean, that's what it's really designed for, and it does a great job of it. Pushes the water out, oils the surface. It evaporates mostly to leave a non-oily finish. So let's sharpen this thing. We're going to start out with our smallest blade here. Now, I could start out with my extra coarse, but I think that with such a thin blade here, these things are thin, I'm going to just start out with the coarse. There's a lot of other sharpeners out there that are very similar to this Lansky. I really like this. There are some other ones out there that have a little bit wider surface area, but I like this one. It gets into the small areas really well. And I've got everything from an extra coarse, which we got 70, and I got a 120 for our coarse. We got a medium is 280. We've got a fine here, and this one is a 600, and then we have an extra fine. Sorry, ultra fine, 1000. And this is pretty much like glass there. So once you do that, things will be polished up great. I don't know if we're going to go that polished, but we might. Alright guys, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to finish sharpening this thing up. I'm going to get all the blades sharpened up, and I'll come back and you guys can take a look at it. Alright guys, so there we have it. Here is the knife all completed, all sharpened up. Here's that blade, and then we've got this little guy here. Oops. This has like a spay point on the front there. And then finally we got this blade here. I guess I better hurry. We've got this blade here, and this one probably came out the sharpest. This, if I remember right, was probably my favorite blade growing up, and I mean, you can see that thing is really sharp. Back to looking in decent shape. This is back to being worthy to pass on to my kids someday. And I wanted to show you guys the profile there that we were able to get. It looks like a knife once again, instead of having a big chip out of the front. And anyway guys, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, be sure to like and share it. You can always subscribe by clicking on the bullet. And until next time, take care and be safe.